When you look around, it seems impossible to feel lonely. We are more connected than at any other time in history. We can message someone across the world in seconds. We can share our thoughts, our faces, our lives with strangers at any hour. And yet, beneath the endless streams of connection, there is a silence no one wants to admit. Loneliness. It has become a quiet epidemic, and it is cutting deepest into the hearts of the young. Recent studies show that nearly 1 in 5 young people worldwide reports feeling lonely on a regular basis. Think about that. 1 out of every 5, even while surrounded by classmates, co-workers, or online communities. The World Health Organization has warned that even teenagers, those raised in the golden age of social media, are reporting high levels of isolation. We thought connection would save us. Instead, we are drowning in its illusion. Loneliness is not just an emotion, it is a weight. It is waking up and feeling that no one truly sees you. It is scrolling for hours, surrounded by faces and voices, yet sensing that none of them could sit quietly with your pain. It is being in a crowded room and still feeling invisible. And the consequences are not abstract. Loneliness has been linked to depression, anxiety, even physical illness. It weakens the immune system, raises stress hormones, and in some cases shortens life expectancy. To be alone is not the same as being lonely, but to be lonely for too long, it begins to break the body as much as the heart. So why is this generation, this so-called most connected generation, so profoundly alone? Part of the answer is in the very technology that promised us closeness. Social media can connect, yes, but it also distorts. It teaches us to curate instead of confess, to present instead of reveal, to gather attention instead of intimacy. And when everyone is performing, true connection becomes rare. Add to this the relentless pace of modern life. Everyone is busy, exhausted, distracted. We check in with each other through quick texts or emojis. But how often do we sit across from someone without a screen between us, without a clock pressing us, without splitting our attention into fragments? This is why loneliness feels so heavy now, because presence, the antidote, has become so rare. But here is the truth that often goes unsaid. Loneliness is not proof that you are broken. It is proof that you are human. Your longing to be seen, to be understood, to belong. These are not flaws. They are signs of life. They are reminders that connection is as necessary as air. And while the epidemic is real, while the statistics are alarming, there is also hope. Because connection does not have to be massive. It does not have to be measured in followers or likes. Connection begins in small, unglamorous moments, looking someone in the eyes, letting a silence be shared instead of filled, asking how are you and actually waiting for the answer. One genuine conversation can matter more than 1,000 digital interactions. One hand on your shoulder can outweigh 100 notifications. One moment of presence can remind you that you were never truly invisible. So what can we do in a world that makes loneliness feel inevitable? First, we can begin by admitting it, by saying the word out loud, I feel lonely. There is power in naming the silence, because loneliness thrives in shame, but begins to dissolve in honesty. Second, we can practice presence in small, intentional ways. Put the phone down when someone speaks. Resist the urge to multitask when a friend needs your attention. Notice the people around you, the cashier, the neighbor, the colleague, and treat them as human, not as background. And third, we can remember that connection is not about numbers. It is about depth. It is about quality. 5 minutes of genuine listening is worth more than hours of distracted interaction. The epidemic of loneliness in youth is a tragedy, but it is also an invitation to slow down, to look closer, to practice the art of presence. Because the cure for loneliness is not endless connection. It is real connection, the kind that makes you feel seen, even if only by one person, the kind that doesn't require performance, the kind that stays when the noise fades. So if you are lonely, know this. You are not alone in your loneliness. Millions feel it too, in silence. And every moment of honesty, every act of presence, every small gesture of care is a thread that can begin to stitch us back together. Loneliness is a cry. But it is not the end of the story. Because even in this disconnected age, we still hold the power to notice each other, to sit together in the silence, to make presence the language that heals. And maybe Just maybe this epidemic is not only a warning but a call to return to each other before the noise swallows us whole. Final pause, then silence.